Hello, welcome. If not, welcome back. My name is Erica Tankoos, and once again, I have my mom, Tina, here with me as a guest star on my LeadCast video podcast episode about innovation and change.
Hi, Erica. Hi, everyone. Thanks for
Hi.
having me.
Right. Now, as I said before, today's LeadCast video podcast episode is about innovation and change. You see, innovation and change go hand in hand with each other. Because they both involve all new, as in new things, new stuff, new inventions, and new creations. But first things first, let's talk about innovation. What is innovation? And innovation involves implementing ideas, methods, or products and or services that are either new or have been significantly improved. These ideas, methods, or products and or services will produce value to users, customers, or organizations and be valuable to them. One example of innovation is solar panels. Solar panels generating more electricity than we use in our house or apartment. And another example would be a locker in a workplace in which an employee or manager, anyone else working at that workplace can use an ID, a work ID to unlock it. Now answer this question for me, please. Why does innovation matter? Such as when you're working a job, for example.
Oh, innovation, it is so important, Erica. It helps you be more productive. It helps you to understand better ways of doing things, so less mistakes are made, better time management. I think I'm on the right track here, Erica.
Yes, you are. You already are.
Okay, great.
Already are. Innovation. Now, speaking of which, change isn't the only thing that goes hand in hand with innovation. Innovation also goes hand in hand with technology, which is comprised of the knowledge, tools, and techniques used to create products and or services from information and raw materials. Likewise, technology, like you and me and all life on Earth, has a circle of life. But the circle of life for technology or of technology is called a technology cycle. A technology cycle begins when new technologies are created and ends when technologies reach their limits and are replaced by newer and significantly improved technologies. And old technologies that have reached their limits being replaced by newer and significantly improved technologies is when the technology cycle starts all over again. And
Interesting.
Thanks. Now, here's a little history fact. People used to travel by walking or by riding in horse-drawn carriages, but then came trains and then automobiles and planes. And another example. Also, do you like reading books?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, so do I. Speaking of which, we started with Gutenberg, who invented the printing press in the year 1448. Then came typewriters, followed by computers, which developed and improved over the years, and then came tablets such as iPads and smartphones, or phones such as iPhones and Androids. And now which includes that nowadays books aren't the only thing. Books can be read on iPads and smartphones through apps such as Kindle and Get Epic and Google Books.
That's right.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of history and evolution and developing and circle of life and cycle, all here, Michael, let's move on to the next important part. Change. Change is defined by Kurt Lewin, a social psychologist, yes, Kurt Lewin, as the function of forces that promote it by leading to differences in forms, qualities, and or conditions over time, and the opposing forces that either slow it down or resist it via supporting the status quo, which are the existing forms, qualities, and or conditions. Now you see, change is important. Change is just as important as innovation. I mean, both innovation and change are equally important, but change, like innovation, is important because it goes hand in hand. As not only does change go hand in hand with innovation, but because change is part of innovation, as part of innovation is making changes to ideas, methods, and or products or services so as to improve them and make them more valuable to customers, to users, customers, and or organizations.
Interesting. That's a
Mm-hmm.
very good point, Erica.
Now, why now? Why do you think change is important?
Change is so important for growth, to improve in our daily life and our work life, our personal life. It change. It's important to have an open mindset, willingness to want to change, because again, it helps us improve ourselves and grow and learn new ideas, better ways of doing things.
Cool. I love it. It's amazing. Change exists, and change existing is the reason why history exists, and so does the circle of life, and
Yes.
and time progresses.
Yes.
Because of change. Change has existed long since I don't know when. Change.
Exactly.
Without change, we wouldn't have history or evolution.
I know, exactly. Exactly. Erica, can I just add something about change? Like,
Yes.
'Cause I'm a mom. I work at a high school, and 3 years ago I earned my bachelor degree.
Wow.
And
I know that.
I know, thank you. And I was hesitant for change. I didn't like change. I wanted to read books that had a binder, and it was hard for me to adjust to reading books on the computer. But I wanted to keep up with today and learn new ideas and to be a better person. And I learned that through college, and it's important. I've learned that it's important. So thank you for this topic.
You're welcome. Mom.
It's good to change and be willing. You have to be willing to change.
And even though there are people in the world who don't like change or dislike change or hate change,
right?
Change is going to happen anyway. Change happens.
Exactly.
It happens. So whether you like it or not, no matter what.
Erica, exactly. Thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome. Welcome. Well, without change, we also wouldn't have innovation, and without without change or innovation, we wouldn't have technology or inventions
Exactly.
such as computers, like what we're using right now. Right now, right now we're using laptops, which are portable computers. Portable computers invented to make computers easier to bring around with you. Bring around with you.
Exactly.
With you. Laptops are basically just computers. They're just like desktop computers that you put on a desk, but they're portable. They're portable, and they don't need a big PC thing, that big PC tower thing that is connected to the computer that you also put on the desk or
Right?
below the desk.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. 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 And thanks to thanks to innovation, there are other cool things cool things and discoveries, which also lead to inventions and stuff like gum. Gum was invented. Gum was invented when gum was invented as in and chewing gum. When chewing gum was invented, the purpose of chewing gum to help with stomach aches, either ease them or cure them. Or cure
Wow.
them. Chewing gum was made. Nowadays, people who chew on gum, and chew on gum for many
Mhm.
reasons. Many reasons, either for stomach aches or other stomach, either to cure, either for medicine or just because us. But some people even has still chew gum for the purpose of either trying to ease or cure stomach aches.
Exactly.
Oh, and chewing gum was made to come in different flavors, mint, uh, and and there's also bubble gum, which is basically chewing gum, except you can blow bubbles with it using your mouth.
Yes.
Your mouth. Oh, I miss bubble gum. Oh, I miss chewing bubble gum. Bubble gum. Um,
Uh,
um, Now, in your opinion, let's get back. Let's do a recap. In your opinion, why is innovation important to you?
oh, innovation is important to help keep society moving forward and keeping up with the trends and creating new ideas and innovation. It again, I talked about growth. It brings growth, and ideas where things can be improved to work better.
Cool,
And
cool. It's
it's
the
the
same
same.
thing. It's the same reason as to why change is important. Important.
Mhm.
Not to mention that like innovation, that not to mention that innovation also brings change.
Yes,
Change, especially with how innovation and change go hand in hand with each other. Other.
that's important.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, now, if there's anything that you can change in the way you do something, like at home or at work or anywhere or anywhere or in life or in general, what would you do? How would you do it? Why would you do it? You do it.
Oh, well,
And why would you do how you did it? Do it. Did it. And why would you do what you did?
wow. I I think I would want to work on better time management.
So
And
do I.
okay, wonderful.
Now
Um,
explain why you chose why you want to work on better time management. And
well, I guess here's where innovation comes in, like a better, more productive way. I can do like my daily tasks, my daily life routines.
mm-hmm.
Um, um, Eric, I think I need some help with this. Do you have
Well,
any?
I don't know, but let me ask you a question. How would you do it and what?
Let me think for a minute. I I like Google, and Google Notes
Mm-hmm.
is an app that's been on my phone, and I would really like to learn how to use that better.
Ooh,
It,
I
it,
don't
it
use
is,
Google Notes, but you can help me. But we can
I,
help each other learn
yes,
how to use Google Notes.
I would love to help you. So to
Oh,
me,
and
that's innovation. Like
cool.
that's a great way of keeping your notes handy on your phone.
Mm-hmm.
He-
Yeah, and
he-
similar to Google Notes is Pinterest, and Pinterest is Pinterest, Shoplook, and Milanote, with Milanote being the most similar to Google Notes.
Yes,
Google Notes.
Erica, we can help each other.
Mm-hmm.
Pinterest is another wonderful site, and it's a site where teachers go on and put great ideas. I know
Mm-hmm.
other
Yeah.
people in
Mm-hmm.
general. So,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Both Pinterest and Milanote can be used for inspiration, but Milanote is the most likely to also be used for note taking and keeping notes and keeping track of notes.
well, that's wonderful. So to me, that's innovation, a great new idea. I don't know how to use it, but we can help each other.
Well, maybe I can show you. I can show you how to
Okay.
use it. I've had
Okay.
experience with it. I've used it before. I've tried it and
Wow.
I like it.
Okay, per Erica, this is great. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
perfect. All right.
Mm-hmm. Now, let's move on to another important question. Why do you think this one has to do with change? Why do you think some people are resistant to change?
Ooh. I think because they don't really understand the true meaning of what change could, the good things that change could bring. And I think that for me, like I was stuck in the old ways. Like I graduated high school in 1984, and
Ooh.
I love to read books. And as years went on, and even to this day and age, I still love picking up a book with a binder and reading it. And until a few years ago, it was hard for me to want to change, but I learned to understand how good like Kindle is, and how good reading online, whether it's in Google, etc. So I think with knowledge of understanding the positives, it helped me to not resist and want to change.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That is
Thanks, Erica.
so. That's
That's really a
awesome.
great question. That's a
Awesome.
great question.
Um,
And
likewise, like you, there are people who are people who grew up in old times, like up in old times, like old times and don't want to like change to adjust to newer newer things and newer newer times, modern times, like
Exactly. And
modern times. And there are times, and there are people who love the newer, who love change and love being in the new being living in the newer times, but also can also find pleasure and enjoyment in stuff from older times, times such as me, for example. I love a lot of things from like different eras throughout history,
and
the
that's
history
great.
of the world. And for example, I like reading ebooks on Kindle, and I loved reading ebooks on on Epic, like Get Up Epic. And there's also the Wayback, and I also like reading books on the Wayback Archive, which stores video or is books, videos, and games and other stuff on a big web on
That's
a big website from
fantastic.
like different eras of from like different parts of history, and also has websites
That's
of like different eras stored on there. And around there.
that's
But I also
great.
love picking up a physical book and opening up and reading it.
That's
Now,
right.
let's move on to a very important yet similar question. How can you help someone manage change, if not manage resistance to change?
Oh, okay. Another good question. By sitting with them and guiding them to, or giving them resources to help them understand
Mm-hmm.
why change can help them, and
Mm-hmm.
and that to that it can help positively, full circle.
Yeah,
When
yes. Well, we have 2 minutes left. We got 2 minutes left.
okay,
2 minutes
okay.
left. Let's wrap it up. From this entire LeadCast video podcast episode on innovation and change, I think the big takeaway or reflection would be how innovation and change are everywhere, not just in companies, businesses, organizations, and firms, but in everyday life and even in ourselves, such as hair, body, age, personality, etc., especially as we grow up and explore ourselves.
I like that. That's true.
So do I. It's all part of life.
It
All
is
part of life.
true.
Also, change happens. Change
And
happens.
Erica, I I this topic is so important because change, it's everywhere in your daily life, and it's so
Mm-hmm.
important. And
I agree.
yeah, I appreciate you talking about this topic.
Thank you
This,
so much. And thank you for coming to my LeadCast video podcast and its episode
you're
about
so,
innovation and change, of course.
thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I hope I can
You're
come.
welcome. You're welcome. Welcome. I'm Erica Tankoos, and thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.